Yo, what's going on, guys? The Kitty G on EGTV, and we're back again with another video. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. On today's show, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff, so get started. Let's get ready. Of course, first of all, we have to discuss the new signing. Fabio Vieira has been announced with the number 21 shirt, and it seems like Fabio Vieira is very excited to be joining Arsenal. And of course, Edu has been very, very busy getting this deal done, and also working on getting other deals done, such as the Eddie Nketiah new deal. And he's currently working on trying to get Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal. So he's been busy on the phone getting in touch with those Brazilians like Gabriel Jesus, and this deal seems very, very close. You will be seeing Gabriel Jesus in Arsenal kit very soon, of course. Now let's get into another Brazilian. It seems like Leeds have knocked back Arsenal's initial bid for the Brazilian, but we're gonna have to see where we go from here. It looks like Leeds have found their replacement for Raphinha in Cody Gakpo, and there's been an update on the Argentinian Lisandro Martinez. It seems like the price tag has been set by the club AJAX. They want around 40 million euros. We're going to discuss this plus more on today's show, in addition to the latest news on Youri Tielemans and a big update on Fabian Ruiz. Could he be joining Arsenal? Let's get started on today's show. Bang. Yes, people. So how is everybody doing today on this wonderful Friday evening? I hope you guys are doing well. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. And also let us know what you guys are saying in the chat. If you guys, where you're calling from, wherever you are in the world, what time it is, whatever you're up to. And my question of the day is Raphinha worth the reported 64 million pounds? Is Raphinha actually worth that amount? Because at this moment in time, it looks like Raphinha has been touted as a possible signing for Arsenal. And at this moment in time, it looks like we are the favorites to sign Raphinha. If we can get the deal done, we'll have to wait and see. But right now, sorry guys, my wife's doing some cooking in the house. But yeah, when it comes down to it, we'll have to wait and see. Can you finish up? Because this is mad. Anyways, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. People in the chat saying what's good, people. We got all the signing 10 out of 10 window. But yeah, we got Raphinha is too much. We aren't going around what a wide forward. I'm so confused. What do you mean? Raphinha is too much. We aren't going for another wide forward. Then we need to get it done at this point. Listen, have some patience. These deals take time. The transfer window is nowhere near being done. The preseason, we still have a bunch of days before preseason. These deals will get done. Just have a level of patience and understand these kind of deals. We've been working on it for months and months and months. It's not like a snap of the finger and it's done. Also, there's other clubs in, like Barcelona are also in pole position to possibly sign Raphinha. You have Chelsea, who have completely cooled their interest in Raphinha, as reported by Matt Law. He said that Raphinha is not on the list of targets for Chelsea. 100 million looking like at this point. 200 million, definitely. It's looking like we could drop 200 million at this point. That's mad. People saying hit that like button, share button, and subscribe, definitely. Big up to Lenny all the time. Herb in the house saying pay the money. It's not only about paying the money. It's about understanding that other clubs are also interested, and you have to have the player's head turned. You have to have the player fully on board to come to you, and you have to make sure that other clubs don't match your bid. It's not only about paying the money. We have offered the money, so technically we have paid the money. It's just if they accept it or not. Apparently Raphinha was what attitude problem. I don't think Raphinha has an attitude problem. I've seen some issues where he's had at Leeds, but never really something that was like very concerning. Egal, it's getting embarrassing from United now. Melaka has chosen Leon over United. If I'm not mistaken, players don't want to choose United because of sporting reasons like game time and stuff like that, they're not up for the challenge. These things happen. Certain players just don't back themselves and they want job security. Are you happy with Jesus? 100% I'm happy with Jesus. I think Jesus would be a great signing for Arsenal. And I think if and when he does come in, he will come in and he'll be a level raiser at the club. He'll be somebody who raises the level of quality that we currently have in the team, and he'll improve us by a lot. Let's not be honest, he is a big improvement on what we currently have. Now, first things first, let's get on to Saliba watch. If you guys don't know, Marseille loves Saliba. Marseille loves Saliba. They love Saliba. They love talking about Saliba 24/7. Every day it's about Saliba with Marseille. Marseille still don't want to give up on getting Saliba, apparently. But this is the report. The report is that Arsenal, yes, Arsenal, this Saliba stuff, man, it doesn't go away. It's actually annoying. So this is the report right here. Arsenal have rejected an inquiry into buying Saliba on a permanent deal. They don't want to trade the player, says this reporter here from Footy Mercus. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It is annoying that we've been hearing about Saliba rumors, even though we got in the clarity that we needed a couple weeks ago. It must be a slow day, because seems to be that they brought in back the Saliba permanent deal to Marseille stuff. Arsenal rejected Marseille's inquiry into buying Saliba on a permanent. That's pretty much what's happened, as we should. The club have Saliba. They value Saliba very high. It doesn't surprise me that we've rejected the bid. Will Saliba start? We will have to wait and see if Saliba will start in this team or not. If we need spending, then Raphinha, Jesus. We'll talk about that. Marseille also want Nuno Tavares on loan. Yes, I did see that. Marseille also do want Nuno Tavares on loan. I seen that somewhere. Where was that? I seen that somewhere. Where did I see that? Yeah, here we go. So Fabrizio Romano was speaking about Marseille potentially wanting Nuno Tavares on loan. So I think this would be a really good deal for Arsenal if we could get Nuno Tavares on loan to Marseille, and we would then open up our opportunities to go sign an alternative for Nuno Tavares. It's definitely something that we should consider. It's definitely something we should look at. We should look at the fact that Nuno Tavares could go out. So what this says is Olympico Marseille are really keen in signing Nuno Tavares, but there is still no agreement with Arsenal in the final on the final formula. Tavares is among the options Marseille want on loan, while Arsenal are still working on the Lisandro deal. So it seems like the deal for Lisandro Martinez is directly linked with our left back Nuno Tavares heading out. Once Nuno Tavares heads out, we will most likely be looking at bringing in Lisandro Martinez, right? But there is something I need to talk to you guys about when it comes to this Lisandro Martinez thing. The thing about Lisandro Martinez deal is I've seen reports that they want ridiculous money. I've seen reports that they want like what, 45 mil or something ridiculous like that. They want 45 million for the player. If I'm not mistaken, I seen a report where they're like, "Oh, Lisandro Martinez could be an option to go to Arsenal, but they want a ridiculous fee. They're not looking at going for cheaper. They're not looking at going for any cheaper than what he currently is going for. And it's like when you see this, you're like, okay, so Lisandro Martinez could be joining Arsenal, but we are going to have to pay a steep price tag to get him over the line. As reported yesterday, I think something across the lines of 45 to 50 million euros. Now, I don't know if the player is going to be actually worth that type of money, but in today's market, what are players' values? Players' values are what the team values them and what this buying team thinks is worth it. You sometimes have to pay over the odds, but this is what they're reporting for the Lisandro Martinez thing. Fabrizio Romano has reported his price is around 45 to 50 million euros. David Ornstein reported that he's a priority defender, and Arsenal have had a 30 million euro bid rejected. So very much contradicting, very much supporting reports. The reports are supporting each other's theories that one is coming in, and one is most likely going to be going out. So that is the update there. People saying Pepe update. I haven't actually seen any updates on Pepe. I haven't actually seen any updates currently on Pepe or anything in regards to Pepe incoming or outgoings. That is just that, if I'm not mistaken, last thing I seen that Pepe, Arsenal. What is there? If I'm not mistaken, last thing I seen in regards to Pepe and Arsenal was that there is no interest in anybody buying Pepe at this moment in time. I haven't seen any transfer rumors away for Pepe. I haven't seen any links away from the club. I haven't seen anything stating that Pepe will most likely be possibly moved on this window. It's very much gone quiet with the Pepe stuff. Um, it looks like there was PSG rumors about a month ago. Pepe is struggling to find a we're struggling to find a buyer at this moment in time for Pepe. So it does look like Pepe is going to be a problem. We're going to struggle to get somebody to come buy Pepe off us. We're really in the mud with the Pepe deal because we spent all this money on this guy and he hasn't worked out. He's flopped massively. And when it comes to the people who bought him, I don't know if they even realized what type of player he really is. Like, did we even check what type of player he really is before we did that? Question for you, Iga. If you're recruiting Jesus, Raphinha, Tielemans, and a key central defender, are you considering this that the best window you've witnessed since you started supporting Arsenal? Interesting. You know what? You're not the first person to ask this question. So, could this be the best transfer window in Arsenal's history? Potentially. This potentially could be the best window in Arsenal's for Arsenal's history. Yes, this could potentially be the best transfer window. But do we know that we've gotten these deals done yet? No. Is it that yet? No. We have to get these deals done. We truly have to get all these sorted out. What's good, African dinner? We're just
What's
talking
good?
about
What's good?
potentially this window being the best window, yeah, ever Arsenal window. What do you think about that?
I think that it definitely could be, but I think as I keep saying, like let's hold our horses. Let's get it done first, and then discuss and analyze it. I think it's just way too premature. Been 2 weeks in the transfer window. It looks very good, sounds very good, but again, like until we get it done, don't really want to rate it. You know.
Okay. We're just kind of going through the comments and like any news. Any news today? From what you
Yeah,
see?
apparently Lisandro Martinez update in the past 48 hours. Arsenal have continued talks with Ajax. We got an update on Gabriel Jesus as well, which I think was pretty much repetitive. It wasn't anything new. It's just that we're close. It's in advanced stages. I think that one is gonna get pretty much done. And in terms of Tielemans, not really any new update.
Let's
We
just
also had.
let's just see the
Mhm.
Lisandro tweet because I know you
Yeah, go
tweeted
for it.
about Lisandro. So this is just pretty much nothing special. We've been in contact with him, so water is wet, right?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Just like that's pretty much like the Jesus stuff, right? Like, are we close? And it's like, yeah, the sky's blue. So yeah, no, I mean, I think there's been a lot of news, right? And I think a lot of Arsenal fans are getting quite excited, and we just like we want instant gratification, right? Not necessarily just us. I think in general, that's just the way society is. You just want instant gratification. You just want the signings to be done, and yeah, it takes some time. And I honestly think we're going for top players that are being sought after by other top clubs. So it's not going to be so straightforward, and we're going to have to pull some strategic moves to hopefully get some of these over the line. And I think that's going to be testament to how much progress we've made, the change in culture of the club, and how good Edu and Arteta planned this summer transfer window.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's just go back. If I'm not mistaken, we've agreed a fee with Manchester City, as reported a couple weeks back. If you remember, they reported a
Yeah.
couple weeks back that we agreed a fee with Manchester City. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what's going on with that. I haven't seen an update lately in regards to that. Have you?
In terms of what? Sorry.
Oh, his wages has been agreed. We know that.
Yeah, 220.
Yeah, so Gabriel Jesus's wages. Let me just open this Gabriel Jesus deals. So personal terms have been agreed with Gabriel Jesus. This is his personal terms that he'll be receiving. So as you guys know, Gabriel Jesus will be receiving around 220 per week. He'll be our highest paid player coming into the club. Any issues with that?
Honestly, no. Why are people complaining? And it's not about the point that it's not my money. It's the point about, top players going to ask for top dollar. This guy's, to sell. I don't want to to necessarily say sell the dream, but to sell the project, right? And to get the player interested, you're gonna obviously tell him he's gonna be the main man, and you gotta, actions speak louder than words. You gotta put the money on the table. You can't just be telling a player that you're gonna be the main piece of our attacking options, and then not really give him an improvement on what he's getting paid at Manchester City, right? And obviously, this is an improvement, and this I think signifies his importance to the team and to the project, and will definitely help in terms of persuading him to join Arsenal instead of Chelsea or Tottenham.
Okay. Fabrizio Romano just tweeted, yeah, water's wet. Work in progress, right?
Yeah, exactly. I retweeted it already. It's pretty much, yeah, every day we keep hearing that it's closed, it's advanced, and I think we're getting to the stage where like we just want to see an announcement. And Arsenal Twitter definitely posted Nketiah on the phone talking to some fans, and yeah, I think it was a missed opportunity. It would have been really nice that he picked up the phone and it was Gabriel Jesus, and they were just having a chat about how many goals they're going to score next season, and the combination and things like that. It would have been really funny.
It would have been funny. Gabriel Jesus. So Fabrizio Romano repeating the same story, saying Gabriel Jesus is in a work in progress, and then we will see on the others many things.
So yeah, he's basically hinting that Arsenal have a lot going on. It's not just Gabriel Jesus, right? So I think he's kind of underlying that this is the priority signing, but that there's other negotiations happening behind the scenes as well. We're not just trying to finalize one deal, and I think that's what he's referencing in terms of the many things, right? And that's obviously Martinez, that's all Tielemans, etc., etc. Yeah, people are always gonna hate on
always
Fabrizio.
wrong. He's not always
No,
wrong. He's just, I don't know if he reports as much as he used to, like based off of his in to know information. That's what I think it is. He doesn't have as much in to know information as he used to. You get what I mean?
yeah, I think it's just like he covers so much stuff, and he's just one person. I mean, and no one's perfect. Not He's not gonna get everything right, and he's just doing his job. He wouldn't have, accumulated this many followings and created this type of brand for himself if he wasn't reliable. So just, I mean, yeah.
100%. I mean, no one's questioning his reliability. I think he is very reliable. It's just we'll have to wait and see what happens with the rest of the stuff. Am I right? Henri spoke about Gabriel Jesus. Interesting. Did you hear his take on Gabriel Jesus?
No, was it recently?
Yeah, it was just a couple days
That's
ago.
exciting.
So let me just. I think this might actually be from a while back. It's not about him at Arsenal. It's just what type of player he is. Potentially speaking about Henri, speaking on what type of player Gabriel Jesus is, and seems like he rates the player. And then this is kind of what he said. But before he says that, let me just write this down. 1833. Yeah. So
You want me to read it out?
yeah, you could read it out for me.
Yeah. So Thierry Henry said, "What I like with him is that when he puts pressure, whether it's on the left, on the right, or in the middle, he doesn't have a problem defending in these situations by coming back and helping his team." So he's just basically describing that he's a hard worker, which we know because we've already seen the statistics in terms of pressures per 90, right? And Gabriel is up there. And we've also seen the his stats for goals, right, per 90. I think he's like below Sergio Aguero. I mean, he's I think he was second or third, maybe third. And so he's up there, right? In the Premier League. And he doesn't play that much game time. I know in Twitter spaces and a lot of Arsenal fans are having this conversation about, how Arsenal's spending so much money on a person that is like, you don't know what position, he is. I think he's still young. Sometimes you don't find your position till, you're a bit older. I think also considering that he's coming from Manchester City when there's so much competition, so much good quality, it's really hard to break into the team no matter how good you are, right? So yeah, I mean, I think he's going to excel at Arsenal. I think he's going to step up his game, and I think he's going to score probably 15, 20 goals. That's what my expectation is of him.
Okay, just to let you know, Raphinha's Instagram bio, he just
Uh-huh.
changed. He just changed it.
Wow. Okay, and he so what? He just removed Leeds, right? That's probably what he did.
Yeah, he removed Leeds from his
Yeah,
bio. Let me just show you. If you guys can see here, he completely removed Leeds from his bio, so he doesn't have Leeds anymore in his bio.
that's
That is
juicy. That's juicy.
that is interesting right there. Because if Raphinha had Leeds in his bio still, that would mean like he would still be a Leeds player. But he's basically saying to everybody, "I'm leaving Leeds."
So a few days ago, I also saw Gabriel Jesus' friend started following Arsenal, and that was a good insight as well. So these, people laugh about FBI Arsenal FBI and how much time we spend on things like this, but sometimes it really does give you intricacies of what's happening. If you're not a journalist or you don't have access to that type of information.
You know what? These kind of things might be hints, but also it could just be like a mistake sometimes.
No, bro, that's not a mistake. Come on, what do you mean? There's no reason for him to change his bio in general, right? It's not a mistake for him to take that out or for his social media team to be taking that out. They know what they're doing. That's my personal belief. There's no way that that is an accident or you know what I mean? Like it's just not.
Okay. Okay. People in the house saying, "How are you, African Gunner?"
Doing well, doing well. Looking forward to the weekend. Hopefully, we get some good news. Definitely missing watching Arsenal play. Transfers are amazing and stuff, but it's always, always about watching games and not having any soccer to watch right now is, it's a bit painful. Obviously, we have Love Island, but I mean, to kind of fill the gap, but it's definitely not the same. So, really looking forward to the preseason, some of the tours, the international tours and getting to see Saliba and some of the younger players, how they do in preseason because we're gonna need some of these guys during the season. So, yeah,
100%, 100%. We're going to need some of these guys during the season, and it looks like Arteta is kind of acknowledging the fact that we have 5 substitutions next season, and he's getting a lot of squad depth in as soon as possible.
you know
Just
what?
say
I
it again.
personally believe that it doesn't matter. I mean, yes, of course, the 5 subs makes a big difference, but I think Arteta knew that we needed to have depth and quality regardless of that change because we are missing right. Like we are missing quality, we are missing experience. So regardless of how many substitutions there are, I think he knew that this summer we were going to have to go buy big name players that are experienced. They're going to come straight into the team.
True. Okay, let's go. Let's just go through David Ornstein's quotes because he had a bunch of quotes on a show yesterday. I don't
Haters
know if you.
TV.
I haven't gone
Yeah.
through this on my channel yet, but I'm just gonna go through it. David Ornstein's quotes. So he had a quote on Lisandro Martinez saying that he's a firm target for Arsenal and he's a player Arteta wants to sign. He's interested and will not drop bid rejected as things stand. Arsenal are the most
The most
probable
probable
destination for
destination.
Martinez. That is interesting. Arsenal are the most probable destination for Martinez.
Yeah, so I actually did watch that video, and he said that we offered like 30 million euros, which is probably like 25 million pounds. And I'm actually happy. That's really good sign from Arsenal, from Edu, right? Regardless of if we were going to get him or not. Early on in the transfer window, showing intent, putting in a bid that, as I think a lot of people can describe, it's not a low ball. You know what I mean? 25 million, I think, is a good starting bid to kind of test the waters and see their resolve, see kind of what the players' feelings are in terms of Arsenal. So yeah, no, really exciting.
Okay. Just moving down just a little bit on Raphinha. David Ornstein on Raphinha. This is what he said. This is what David Ornstein had to say. Sorry, what did I do there? Arsenal have had an initial offer rejected by Leeds, and it's fallen below the valuation. But Arsenal interest remains strong, and he's a player Arteta wants to sign. And it may be another one that takes a lot of time, and it will not be easy. So David Ornstein, when he's speaking, he doesn't come out and speak for no reason. This deal
Mm.
must be very possible for him because he does not speak about things unless it's very possible. Like he
So
shuts them down quicker
mm,
than any other Arsenal journalist.
I
So
would really suggest people to go watch this video. It's about a 20-minute video, and I think although it's not entirely about
Not
Arsenal,
right
I think
now, but yes,
well,
definitely.
yeah, obviously later. Well, obviously not right now, but later. I think the way he speaks as well is really great. I mean, he's such a professional, speaks a lot of sense, and
Hello.
yeah, I mean, he said that obviously Raphinha is a target. He said that Barcelona is obviously his priority, and that it's going to be a crazy deal because there's so many people involved in this. And yeah, he's a sought after player. He's 25 years old, and the price tag as well, right? I mean, Arsenal, Chelsea can probably afford it. Barca can't. So it's going to be interesting to see what Barca try and do to get him, right? They're going to have to come up with a plan. And he does want Barcelona. We have to understand that, right? His priority is Barcelona. So the only reason I see him coming to Arsenal is if Barca can't afford him, and obviously there's pressure from Leeds that Arsenal have put the money on the table, and they kind of have to accept it, right? And then it'll kind of make him make a choice. And that's what Arsenal need to do. We can't wait for Barcelona to kind of figure this out. We need to put the money on the table. If we're serious about him, put the money on the table, get it done. And yeah, everyone misses out, right? That's what a big club does.
Boom. Talking about some of these other deals quickly before we move on. Big up to everybody in the chat. Throw in your questions as you guys can go along, and don't forget to hit that like button right now. It's absolutely free. I don't know why someone just put soccer question mark. Did you say soccer, or I never said soccer?
Ooh.
Get
Yeah,
Lisandro
soccer,
in.
football, interchangeable.
Okay, there you go. Change your bio. Remove leads. You risk pissing off your fan base. If you end up staying, the player don't change their bio unless they're 100% leaving. That is true.
Absolutely.
That
Good
is
point,
true.
Keenan. Good point,
Good
Keenan. And
point.
that's
Good
what I was
point.
telling Egal. It's not a mistake, right? You can't accidentally go in your bio and remove the club that you're playing for. It's quite intentional if you're gonna do that.
100%. I do agree there. Just to let you know, reports are that Arsenal have bid 70 million euros for Raphinha. As we did a video on this yesterday, if you guys don't know. So my question is not, we've already talked about this. So my question is, do you think Raphinha is worth that much?
Yeah, I think we've talked about that as well. Definitely worth that much. I think the more important question is about the Saka position, right? And what happens with Saka. And for me, it's quite simple. Saka goes on the left, and Raphinha starts on the right. You don't spend this type of money, on a player that is not going to be starting, and that is probably why I'm so disappointed with the Pepe transfer, right? Because when you pay a record transfer of 72 million, and especially Arsenal, who's a very stingy club, you're expecting a lot from that player. And that's the same in this scenario. Nothing changes, right? You're spending a lot of money, probably your second highest transfer fee. He's going to be starting, and Saka, he's left-footed. I do agree that he's better on the right, but I think he can adapt, right? He's going to adapt. I think also having Vieira on the left, or probably Odegaard on the left, Vieira on the right, it'll change the balance in the midfield. We'll have more creativity, and I think that'll help Saka. And also, I think Tierney and Saka have a good partnership, man. Tierney is such a solid player. Whoever plays with him is going to really enjoy it. That's my opinion. So, yeah, I think Saka goes on the left. And you know my feelings on Martinelli, man. I love Martinelli. So I have nothing against Martinelli in terms of, who's better between Saka and Martinelli. I think they're both good. I just think Saka, he just edges it slightly for me, and I think Martinelli will be the second string. And then that raises a question on ESR, because what happens to ESR then? And that question I can't answer because I really don't know. I don't see where he gets that much game time in the Premier League if you have all these options, right?
Okay. I just want you to know that Arteta loves Raphinha. That is the report that's coming out. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
And
Fabrizio, right?
there's also a picture of Arteta tapping his or patting his back, right, when we played Leeds and he got subbed off. So
Okay,
there's a
so
lot of small nuances.
let me just show everybody where this came from. So this came from Fabrizio Romano. I think we're speaking about Arteta's love for Raphinha as a footballer, and how he rates him so highly. And then I just seen this article, so I needed to show you guys this article right here. So this is where it says, Mikel Arteta loves Raphinha. Arsenal are pushing to sign Leeds striker Raphinha. As the manager, Mikel Arteta is really in love with the player. Reports suggest, according to transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, who claims Arteta is keen on the winger. And there's also competition from Chelsea, who have made contacts with Leeds, basically the Whites. Romano has reported that the transfer saga surrounding the Brazilian international, who's under contract until 2024, is one of the craziest in recent times, and it could last long. So this is a deal that could take a while. He says the 25-year-old has an initial agreement with Barcelona in February for 40 million euros. The bid, no bid has come in for Leeds. The asking price is around 65 million. And then reports that the Gunners have already made an offer that has been turned down for the Yorkshire club for around 30 so between 35 and 50 million reportedly has been turned down, and or they actually haven't actually said the amount. And then they said North Londoners are task has gotten even tougher now that Chelsea owner Todd Bowley has made direct contact with Ellen Road's chief, exploring a possible deal, which has actually been thrown in the trash because reports came out today that this is not true. The Chelsea reports that everyone was talking about, rumor came out today that Matt Law said that Chelsea actually were never even in for the player. Let me just find it because I seen it today and I liked it. If I'm not mistaken, Matt Law is one of Chelsea and Tottenham's main journalists, and he's very well respected in the game. Matt Law, he works for, if I'm not mistaken, who does he work for? He works for the Telegraph.
I'm not sure.
He's one of the top tier journalists for them. And when speaking about Chelsea, he said something across the lines that Raphinha is not on the list of Chelsea targets. He mentioned a bunch of targets, but Raphinha was not on that list of targets that were mentioned. So let me just find this. But yeah, what do you think about what I just showed you?
I mean, I've read it before, right? Again, I think a lot of people like Raphinha. It's not just Arteta who likes Raphinha. So there's going to be many clubs interested. They know that he's obviously the main star in a relegation battle team. You know, he definitely doesn't want to stay. So it's going to be, I think it's going to take a while. I don't think this is going to be sorted out anytime soon, in my opinion. I think it'll be a couple of weeks.
Okay, and I found it. Here's the Chelsea. So Chelsea are no mention of Raphinha in Chelsea's potential signing for the player. If you guys can see what's on the screen now. So
David Ornstein actually said that he thinks Raheem Sterling will probably go to Chelsea, right? And if that happens, then I mean they won't get Raphinha. This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they're not getting both of them. That is just the reality. And when it comes to this right here, it does look like no. The fact that he says no mention of Raphinha, and the other day David Ornstein had a report where he said Raphinha might be played as a right wing back at Chelsea. He might not be happy with the possible role that he'd be getting at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Imagine.
That's true. And they also have to get rid of what's his name, Ziyech, right? So I think and that's why I said we need to move fast and get it done, because I think if we put the money on the table, it kind of just it puts so much pressure on Leeds, right? Because they're gonna want to accept it, because I don't think they care where he goes. They just want the money and they just want the fee, right? So they'll put pressure on the player to be like, you got to make a decision. We know you want Barcelona and they haven't come in or offered a bid, so we're gonna sell you, and then he's gonna have no choice. Well, I don't want to say it's not gonna be a force, because he definitely wants to come to Arsenal. It's just not his first choice, right?
Yeah, he's not his first choice. People are saying Raphinha's not coming to Arsenal. Well, you said that about Pepe, Aubameyang. People said that about all these other guys before. So Partey also.
No one would have ever said that Messi was going to go to PSG, right? So it's the world of football. Anything can happen.
People are saying Raphinha to Arsenal, Saka to Liverpool. Saka's not going to Liverpool.
Nah, Saka's not leaving this season. Maybe next season. I don't see him leave this season at all. And Martinelli either, bro. We're not selling any of our young players. Impossible.
Yeah. People, do me a favor, hit that like button right now. We are on 66 likes only. What's going on? We have 457 of you guys in the chat, and we only have 66 likes. Come on, you can do much better than that. Get us
to 100. Otherwise we'll just sit
Stop
here.
what you're doing and hit that like button. You don't understand how much it helps out the channel. It's absolutely free and it takes no effort. Just hit that like button. It takes 2 seconds. But yeah, let's come back to Any breaking news yet? No, nothing breaking. But when it comes
No,
to
I'm focused
Arsenal,
here. I'm not on Twitter, so
when it comes to Arsenal, we
I
have to
don't think.
understand that Hector Bellerin is an issue. We need to get rid of Hector Bellerin. And reports came out 7 minutes ago that Atletico Madrid are in investigating the possibility of signing Hector Bellerin. Now, this would be good because we haven't really heard much about outgoings. We've heard a lot about incomings, but outgoings, this is really good. Atletico Madrid being interested in a player, and it's coming from a credible source. If you
Yeah, it
guys don't know
is.
who this is a very credible source when it comes to transfers. But yeah, so Atletico Madrid are interested in the possibility of signing Hector Bellerin. This is somebody who we've been trying to get off our books for a while. I don't know, man. I don't know. They've been interested in him before. I don't know if we'll be able to sell him to Atletico Madrid. Maybe it's just the pessimistic side of me. But Hector
I think we
Bellerin,
will, to be honest. I think we will. I'd be looking around 5 to 7 million pounds, anything around that area. I'd sell him. There was also actually news on Pablo Mari as well. So that's two outgoings, which is good, of I guess first team players. But yeah, Atletico Madrid hopefully will have some money and will be able to pop in, put in a transfer or a bid. And yeah, for us, I don't think there's any reason we keep Bellerin. I don't like Cedric. I don't rate Cedric at all. But I think I've gotten to the point where I'm ready to rotate. We're seeing a new Arsenal. I'm ready to get rid of Xhaka. I'm ready to get rid of Holding and Reece Nelson, Maitland-Niles. Even if it means we don't get we get no name players or raw players that are not superstars. I don't mind. I'm willing to give new players a chance.
Eduardo Higgins just tweeted 5 minutes ago something. But before we move on, how you doing, African? Why did I say African Gooner?
Right. Oh yeah. Now let me introduce myself since you've messed it up twice in one day.
No.
Oh yeah.
What you have
Now
to understand is you have one second.
That Englishman.
Just so you know, you have African Gooner, you have Nigerian Gooner, and you got Somalian Gooner. Anyways, let's keep moving. This is why I messed up your name earlier. I was messaging African Gooner and I was on your stream and it was like I mixed it up. My bad. I do that.
We're all the same. Is that what you're saying? We're all the same.
I mean,
no, bro,
yes,
it's
the classic, right? The classic Western mentality. We're all the same.
Big up, I'm just trolling, man. Big up everyone on the
people
screen.
Saying, check this tweet from my man. This doesn't tell us nothing. Interestingly, am I wrong? Raphinha's first choice is Barcelona. We know that.
Yeah, nobody cares about that anymore.
They're most likely ruling out. They're most likely ruled out. It's between Arsenal and Tottenham. Raphinha would work under Arteta, so Arsenal are above Spurs. No, that's not why. The Raphinha would want to play game time, and at Tottenham he's not guaranteed game time, so that's why.
No, but that's also not the only reason.
And we're a bigger club.
Exactly, and also we have a Brazilian contingency. How many Portuguese speakers we have? That definitely plays a factor.
Is Arteta a Portuguese speaker? Yeah.
I'm not even referring to him. I'm referring to the rest of the team.
All the Brazilians in the side. We just signed
and Portuguese, Vieira, right? It's not only the Brazilians. It's even Cedric, now Vieira as well. So Tavares. I think even Pablo Mari speaks Portuguese, and he's not even, he's Spanish.
But he's off. We don't want him to be.
Yeah, he's off.
So the headline.
We don't want him to be speaking to Raphinha.
The headline is Raphinha prefers Europa League Arsenal over Champions League Tottenham. That's pretty interesting. I like that.
The headline actually frustrates me, but yeah, I do like the fact that he's choosing us over Spurs. But
he's rejecting Tottenham for Arsenal. What happened to their pool?
Bro, we're a bigger club. That's it, bro, and we'll always be, man. All that one that Alan and Patrick Tyrant were talking the other day is all waffle, bro. They're just hyped because they finished above us again. Well done.
There you go. Uganda loves Raphinha. Big up. Let me know where you guys are watching from, people. Let me know where you're watching from. We got over 471 of you guys in the chat. Hit that like button right now. We got some people saying Arteta is bilingual. Yes, he is bilingual.
Yeah, of course.
He's trilingual, mate.
Yo, Wenger used to know so many languages. That's it's a great skill to have in any facet of life, not just in football, right? So yeah. Definitely.
Or you
plays
could
a
just
factor.
do a Bielsa and just hire a translator and don't give a damn, bro. That is
Yeah,
wild.
yeah, you
I
could.
did it for 3 years, casual.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's just move on to Tielemans' future quickly. We're gonna discuss Tielemans' future in a second. So I got an exclusive yesterday from one of my friends, Leicester City fan. He did an interview with Rob Tanner, who's one of Leicester's lead reporters. If you guys don't already know, I put the tweet I put the video in the community, and a lot of people watched it. But I'm gonna play a clip for you guys in a second. But before we go any further, let me just open this up and show you guys what it says. Speaking about Leicester have yet to receive an offer for Tielemans. Arsenal's prioritizing Jesus and Raphinha at this moment in time. The midfielder is admired by Arteta, but interests have cooled from now. This is the latest on Youri Tielemans and his deal. So that is that. Plus, there's a little bit more. But do you guys think this Tielemans deal has gone away, or are we still confident we're going to get him?
You know my thoughts. I think I hate this. Oh yeah, he's secured. So that's why we're gonna wait till the like that is so. I think that's a cop out for me. 25 million. What's a couple million to us for such an important player that comes into your starting 11? If it's really like a case of just like putting the money down, I put the money down now and I get it done. It's so many conflicting rumors. Arteta wants to have his whole team before preseason. If that's the case, then why are we saying that we're gonna wait for this guy till the end? I mean, people love to just go back and forth. For me, I just get it done now, out of the way.
I hear you, African Gooner, but you know our club. We're mad. We're crazy. We don't like to do things that always make sense. So I do believe, just like I was saying with Egal on my channel a few minutes ago, I believe Tielemans will happen, but it'll probably happen on the last day of the transfer window. He'll probably play the first 2 games for Leicester, and then he'll end up at Arsenal by the 3rd or 4th game, or whenever the window closes. But it'll be such an Arsenal way to do things.
It'll be on the list.
Drag it all the way till the final week, man. So I don't know.
But why? But why do you think we will do that?
Can you guys see this clearly, or is it blurry?
Yeah, it's a bit blurry, but we can make out.
It's the best we can do. It's more about the audio than it is the visual.
To Tielemans, come on.
Let's go.
Now, I've been boring people to death for a month saying that I'm not convinced Arsenal have him as one of their top picks. They like him. He'll be on the list of deals they would like to do, but they've got other priorities. We've seen to Tielemans, come on.
Okay. So just to let you guys know, Rob Tanner is the Athletics lead correspondent for Leicester City News. And this is what he had to say about the Tielemans deal.
Now, I've been boring people to death for a month saying that I'm not convinced Arsenal have him as one of their top picks. They like him. He'll be on the list of deals they would like to do, but they've got other priorities. We've seen to Tielemans, come on.
All right. Sorry about that. People are saying I'm bare rude. I didn't let you finish. I'm so sorry, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, it's all good, man. No, I was just saying it's just an Arsenal-like thing to do, to drag things all the way to the final window. Like we did it. I remember the first time I noticed we did these things was from all the way from Arshavin.
Murder Soccer, Arteta.
Remember how long Arshavin took, bro? It was like we were gonna sign him for like the start of the window all the way to the last day, and then I remember an hour before, 30 minutes. I mean, I think we even signed him.
We actually registered him late.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where that shit started. So I think Tielemans is coming. But we're so confident about it, we're not putting too much pressure on it. And I think it's stupid, but I think that's what will happen.
Look, so sorry about the echo, guys. I completely didn't realize there was an echo. My apologies. I thought
my response to that, is there still an echo or no?
No, it's gone.
Cool. No, my response to that is the way we've been moving has kind of made me change my stance from the one that you have, which is, it seems like we're actually have the money, this 215 million. And usually we always been told that there's this 200 million summer war chest, but we actually never even spend it. It looks now that there really is that money, and we're actually pulling out the checkbook, and we're willing to pay big money to get the players that we need. And this is something we should have done 10, 15 years ago, when prices were way cheaper. We sold Van Persie for 20 mil. Like I still can't get over some of those things, right? But so I'm seeing some improvement and some change, right? If we do get Jesus, if we do get Raphinha, then I don't see why we wait until the end of the window for Tielemans for me. I think it will be really detrimental to the fan base, right? Because we'd be so gassed of all the hard work and the good work they've done. But then on the other hand, you're still doing the same old thing, right? So yeah, it's a tough one.
But do you think we'll get it done, though? Do you think we'll get it done?
We better, because I don't want to see Xhaka. I don't want to see Xhaka, man, even as a rotation squad player. And for me, my only fear is that we will drag it on till this, to the final weeks, and then say, oh, we have Xhaka, we have Lokonga, we didn't loan him out, we have El Neni, so therefore we don't need another midfielder, and we bought Vieira. That is my worry, right? And that comes from the scars that I have from Arsenal and different transfer windows.
As you're talking, you're like reopening some old scars, man. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yo, can I show you guys something? Isn't the Gnabry stuff? It's not going away. It's not.
That's what I'm saying. It started again today. That's what I was trying to tell you, bro.
It's not going away. Like, I don't get it. I seen this on AFTV. They said Bayern Munich won't try to force Gnabry to stay. If he wants to go elsewhere, he's currently on 115K per week, and his deal expires in 2023. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm looking at Gnabry in comparison to Raphinha. Two players. One would cost us a lot more than the other. In wages, maybe Raphinha will cost us less.
Mm-hmm.
What are we saying, Gnabry or Raphinha?
Oh my gosh, I'm glad because on my channel they were cooking me like African Guna.
Bro, you gotta use your brain
over Gnabry. That's what they were all telling me, bro.
And it's not because of the quality for me. It's because of the value for money in terms of what I can do with the other portion of the money that I have left over and put another starting 11 player in my team. Like, it's pure logic for me. I'm not saying that Gnabry is a better player. I think
an African thing, bro. We're on the same page.
Yeah, bro, it must be. We need a backup right back for me, or even this Martinez deal. We can use some of that money and put it towards him as well. So that it's just common sense for me to do that.
Okay.
I think most people were saying it was going to be really expensive on wages, right? But I'm seeing there 110K. So I mean, we could probably offer him 150, 180.
What about the fact that Raphinha
have all this money?
Who do you think we are, bro?
I know. People think we're Man City all of a sudden with all these transfer rumors. People forget that we're still Arsenal. Big
up Lamberkamp, man. Even though I haven't seen you in a while, you've been missing. He's saying Raphinha is Premier League proven. I agree with that.
No, but that's one thing that holds a lot of weight for Raphinha. He is Premier League proven. But you could argue Gnabry's played in the Premier League. He was at Arsenal. I hear you. I hear it. But there's I reckon if we did a panel across the world, they'd pick Gnabry over Raphinha. Personally, not saying that Raphinha can't hit the same heights, but currently, right now, as is, Gnabry's a better option with the value.
But you know why? You know why we would get Raphinha? Because Gnabry off the ball, his work rate is poor. Let me just show you his numbers. Just to compare the two players. I know you guys.
That's fine. And while you look at the numbers, my point in response to that would be if we had a better midfielder than Xhaka, we wouldn't need to defend as much, and so it wouldn't be that much of a problem.
Look at this. So he doesn't do clearances, obviously. He doesn't get back and do money blocks. He does do tackles, but he doesn't press.
Bro, but he's playing for Bayern Munich in a team that dominates his league, in the German league. He's not going to have to defend.
I get that. And look at his offensive and passing numbers. They're all in like a 90, 80th percentile. Those are ridiculous stats, right? Now, when you look at him in comparison to Raphinha. Now, Raphinha's output might not be as good as his, right? His passing stats are a lot closer, but this is where Arteta might look at Raphinha and be like, you know what, this is where I really like the player. His pressing and relentless pressing from the front. The fact that he gets back and puts in an effort and makes blocks and he does everything. That right there is where I look at it and say that is one of the main reasons why, and one of the main attributes where we're looking at him and we're saying his work rate off the ball is crucial, because Pepe gets destroyed for his work rate off the ball and on the ball.
No, but look, another aspect of Gnabry, yeah, is the fact that he can play all across the front line and very well in every position. So we're not going to have to compromise Saka's best position. Even though, as we talked about, Saka can play on the left, but his more productive, as in scoring wise, has been on the right. Even though I do believe that they're going to do the Robin Duff thing where they alternate wings on a regular basis throughout the 90 minutes. But Gnabry, he's a ready-made assassin, left wing, false nine, Champions League winner, Bundesliga winner, experience, brother, and it's less money to bring him in. Someone was debating
Why do you
about
think the club don't want Gnabry?
who?
Why do you
Bayern?
think
said
the
that?
club don't want Gnabry?
Who? Arsenal.
How do we know that?
Who,
Why are you
Arsenal?
making that
Wait,
statement?
No,
Arsenal
why
or
do you
Bayern?
think? Why do you think they haven't prioritized trying to get him over Raphinha?
Because it's Bayern, they got covered. They got Coman, they got Mane just came in. They got options, man.
Is it because we don't know what the price would be for Raphinha?
35
and
mil
for
they're
Gnabry?
saying, bro. 35 mil is what they're quoting, bro.
Okay,
Right.
so there's people who are upset that we're not going for Gnabry over Raphinha.
I'm
Do
one
you
of
know
them.
that?
I'm one of them.
What?
I'm one of
Okay.
them.
Okay. How much do you think? Do you think the wages might be the difference in why we're not going for Gnabry? Because he might want ridiculous wages, like 250.
I don't. The fact that we haven't bid for him at such a low 35 million option just proves to me that our board aren't confident we can sell our project to him without Champions League football. Because otherwise, it's a no-brainer. If it's to give Gnabry 300k a week, give him the money. He comes into our team
What
as
if
the
he's
best
in
player in the team
decline?
straight away.
What if he's in decline?
I mean, was he 24, 25? 25?
No, but like I've heard things like he's lost his level of pace, stuff like that.
I don't know, man. From what I've seen of Gnabry and what I've seen of Raphinha, I'd pick Gnabry, but I'm not just saying that because he's an ex-Arsenal boy. Look at the things he's achieved in his career so far. Raphinha can also get to those heights, but right now, I'm picking Gnabry. But the fact that Raphinha is a Premier League proven player, I don't mind that too. I'm just kind of a bit iffy about the 70 million that they're talking about when it comes to him. I'm a bit, but that's my only issue. Because does that
Bayern
mean
Munich Bayern Munich do not sell their stars. There's something going on.
I hear you, but
He's 26 years old. There has to be something that we're not aware of.
I don't know, man. But one man's trash is another man's trophy, bro. It goes like that sometimes, isn't it? His ability is not you can't doubt his ability, bro.
What about Raphinha? Has a much higher ceiling and is 1 year younger.
But that comment's a bit debatable. I'm not ready to. I don't know how to answer that. To be fair, it's a bit.
You know what it is? I think the fact that I have Raphinha stuck in my head has gotten me more.
I'm not mad at it. It's just the only thing I'm thinking about Raphinha is the price. Like, that's a lot of money. And does that mean that we don't sign someone in another position? That's my only issue. But if not, if we're really spending over 200 mil, sign him, bro. Like, I'm not an accountant.
Literally take the money. You literally took the words out of my mouth, and that's what I've been saying, and not only on this stream, but in the past few streams or just conversations around this topic. Is that if I had to make a strategic decision, I need to know how much I have to spend, right? If I don't have that 200 mil to spend, I don't spend this 65 to 70 million on Raphinha because I have too many other holes to plug.
Would you give Gnabry 300k?
No.
Yes.
No.
I would.
No.
I wouldn't.
250, 220 to give the same as Jesus, man. Give the same as Gabriel Jesus.
But
Why you want to give
better
him?
Have you guys seen Arsenal's wage?
He's the best player at the club, bro. As soon as he comes,
What do
out.
you think?
seen
If Gnabry
Arsenal's
comes, he'd be the
wages?
best player at the club.
Who's better than him? Jesus?
Have you
I
guys
still
seen?
think Partey is still the only world-class player, and
No,
I would have to
Gnabry's
see Gnabry play and then make a call.
Have you guys seen
Wait, hold
the
on.
image of?
Egal,
Have
this
you
is
guys
an
seen the
interesting
image of
question.
Arsenal's wages going around the circles, making
Yeah,
the circles?
yeah. I saw them. Yeah.
Squad
What's
wages.
his name?
I think the squad
Saka's
wages right
wages
now
are
is at
crazy.
the healthiest it's been in a long
So
time.
low, right?
Yeah, it's at a healthy
So
state right now. And
Yeah.
the most craziest thing is if you actually break it down, like I think Saka's like the third lowest in the team, and it's just mad. Some weird prices. We got to look at this. Let me just pull it up quickly. As I'm pulling it up, you're saying something, African Gunner? I mean, sorry, Nigerian Englishman.
We got all sorts of confused with our names on this stream, man. Big up African Guna. What's it called? I was saying someone in the comments made a comment here. Where is he? Cantido. He said Saka's probably better than him, bro. Who are you talking about there?
Better than Gnabry.
Nah, there's no way Saka's better than Gnabry. He's got a ceiling to pass him for sure, but right now, Raphinha's even better than Saka is right now.
Agreed.
Right now.
You guys want to jump on the wages now quickly?
I got a dip in a second, bro. So we can
just
start
look at this quick, and then we're gonna wrap this up. Arsenal squad wages. If you guys look at this closely, look at the third from the bottom.
It's crazy.
That's wild.
Even Lokonga makes more than this guy. Even Runnerson, dude, that's really sad. If I was Saka, I'd be livid.
More money than Saka, you know.
and the fact that we got Vieira on 25k, that's amazing. That's a great move.
Yeah, but you know what? People were saying that Arsenal don't pay wages. The reason why that's bigger than you think him getting 25k is I think he was on like 5k a week at Porto, so he's more or less quadrupled his salary, man. That's big. Well, that wage bill.
Tommy, I'm literally ending the stream right now, bro. Almost.
From this list, I kind of just want to go through it quickly and say who I want to keep and sell. Can we do that quickly?
Yeah, let's do that. That'd be interesting.
Okay, cool. So I'll start. Partey keep, Pepe sell, Ben White keep.
One second. So let me just zoom it in.
If I debate any of your comments, I'll say. I doubt I will.
So we're saying Partey
keep,
Pepe
sell, White keep, Bellerin keep, of course, Bellerin sell, Tierney keep, Nketiah I would have personally would have let go, but I mean, now we can't do anything. Leno, we're gonna sell. We already know. Xhaka, I'd sell immediately for nothing. I'd give for free. I'd give a free giveaway. Martinelli, definitely keep. Mari, sell. Odegaard, keep. Suarez, sell. Torreira, sell. Ramsdale, keep. Tomiyasu, keep.
No, but wait, hold on. Just 1 second. With the Torreira thing, if we can't get rid of him, are you opposed to him being a backup DM?
No, I think he didn't get a fair chance. I think Emery played him in the wrong position, for that part of the season. And, he had a lot of issues. He was young. And I just think he doesn't want to play for Arsenal. I
think he doesn't have the mentality to be a backup.
But he wouldn't be the worst backup for Partey, though, to be fair.
No, but he doesn't have the mentality to be like, you know what? I need to fight for my place. I nothing's given to me for free. He wants to be like guaranteed starter week in, week out, comfortable, no issues.
I hear that.
Fair. Tomiyasu, I would keep, obviously. Superstar player, man. Super professional. I really love him. Maitland-Niles, I'll sell. Sell, bro. It's time. Yeah. It's time.
After he left. After what Ainsley did to us in January, but Ainsley should go, bro. We were in the lurch in January. He could have stayed and got more minutes.
Sold him
and
while
he ducked
ago,
out.
man.
So, bro, forget him, bro.
We probably won't get more than 10 mil.
I would loan him out.
Dude.
No, for what?
Lokonga.
Oh, Lokonga, yeah.
Lokonga, yeah. Lokonga at loan as well.
For at least half a season, at least.
Gabriel keep. Holding, I sell if we get Martinez because he's not gonna get any time. He's done good and whatever, but he's just not Arsenal level for me. Runnerson, we know, sell. Saliba keep. Smith Rowe is a tough one, man, because I can't even say loan or sell. No, only if we get obviously Raphinha, right? Because I was saying Raphinha, Saka, Martinelli. If we don't get rid of Pepe, where is Smith Rowe gonna play? I'm not saying I want to sell him or loan him, but I'm really curious to see how much game time he's gonna get in the Prem because I don't see him getting time.
I hear you, and for me, what makes me nervous about the Smith Rowe thing is because of Arteta. Because for me, when Odegaard came in, I thought him and Smith Rowe were going to be battling for the number 10 spot, where one would start some weeks, the other would start other weeks. I didn't think there'd be many games where they'd both be starting together, where ESR's pushed to the left. Because for me, my favorite position for ESR is through the middle. I believe they're both 10s, but they both bring something different as a 10. And unless we're chasing a game, I don't think those two players should start games together. I think they should be playing either or. So I think he should be rotated and stop letting Odegaard feel too comfortable as a 10. And if he does have a couple bad games, drop him and start Smith Rowe. Like, it's a competitive
but then
side.
Vieira is the
Vieira
backup
as
to
well.
Odegaard.
And
So
Vieira as well.
see, that's
No,
I
Vieira
think,
can play. He can play as a backup for Odegaard. He can play as cover for Saka, and he can also. I think he's trying to mold him into our version of Bernardo Silva, as a lot of fans have been saying. So there's a lot of options with Vieira.
There is.
I'm just gonna wrap it up on here, David. We're gonna wrap it up.
Tavares loan. That was the last one.
We're gonna wrap it up here, and also just say, this is the most interesting quote I've seen from the transfer window so far. David Ornstein saying that on the transfer window so far, I feel like life has been put back into the transfer window, the transfer market. After the effects of the pandemic, it's boom time for the Premier League, and with the fans returning, broadcaster deal, etc. I don't remember a market being so busy this early in the window. Wow.
So what that
fans are back in the stadium.
Did I tell you how that translates to me, Igor? I know what he said, but how that translates to me is it's a PR circus going on. We're gonna keep getting loads and loads of bogus links because the journalists are having the time of their lives right now, making a lot of money from posting bullshit. That's what I heard there. But big up Ornstein.
Fair point. Honestly, I think fans back in the stadium, injection of money. I do hear your point, but I also think there's a little bit of truth to it, because we're seeing Arsenal linked to like 3-4 main players in the first 2 weeks. I've never seen that in my life. And even Chelsea.
Sorry,
go ahead.
But in terms of the amount, remember when you're hearing stuff like Arsenal linked to Nkunku for 100 mil and all this?
Yeah, no, that was trash. That was trash.
I'm like,
that was trash.
Man, make it make sense, bro. Don't just throw anything. But our fan base, we lap up every link. We will entertain nearly every link, and the journalists lap it up when it comes to Arsenal. That's why they throw fishes. And
big up to this guy, man. All the way from there. Wow.
From Botswana.
Big up. My African brother. See, EGTV is truly international, bro. You got me from Nigeria here.
Guys, we have over 490 of you guys in the video, in the chat. We have 159 likes. Thank you for the support today. The poll results, just to let everybody know, is Raphinha worth £64 million? 64% have said yes. 36% have said no. Over 670 votes. Just goes to show you, today everyone thinks Raphinha is worth the 64 mil. The other day, it was a little bit closer. People were questioning it. Every day, we're just more and more bought into the price. It's crazy.
Agreed.
Real talk, man.
Agreed. It's the excitement that makes you, and the emotion that just makes you, go crazy, right? When you think you're going to sign a player, it's excitement, and logic kind of goes out the window at that point for a lot of the fan base.
100%. But anyways, big up to you guys. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Big up African Gunner for coming on. Big up my guy Nigerian Englishman for coming on.
Yes,
and big up to everybody who's been watching us for today. Nothing really massive news, but you know what? We'll be back tomorrow if there's anything big to talk about. Peace.
Cheers.